Good morning, fellow IBMers. My name is Tommy Haryanto. I'm an international business student from Petra Christian University. And today, I will share a little bit about myself and how will I achieve my personal goal in the future. In this video, I will explain about my core competencies, my short, medium, and long-term plan, and how I'm going to apply it into a real life. Before we start, I would like to quote an axiom from Elon Musk. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then the probability will occur. In this video, I will use action learning diagram developed by Professor Dr. Casey Chen to help me visualize my future plans and goals. The action learning diagram consists of what, why, how, who, when, where, and how much in order to create right planning, right decision, right control, right outcome, and right analysis to answer all the questions holistically. So let's start answering by what by questioning myself, what am I? In the what section, I will explain about what I know, the intellectual capital, what I do, the social capital, what I want to be, the emotional capital. Therefore, by answering those three capital, I will know how should I perform, or so-called adversity capital, to gain stamina power. So let's start with the intellectual capital. This diagram will help me to know about my own capability either as an individual, as a team, and in an organization. To briefly explain about this diagram, I will answer the self-assessment test by using 4 attributes: individual competence with Big 5 personality test, entrepreneurship get test, and learning style test, and the team capacity with Bell-based 19 roles test, and organizational capability with leadership self-assessments. So let's start with the 4 attributes. In 4 attributes, based on the results, I myself can be seen as an individual who is curious, passionate, persistent, and also flexible. Also, as we can see on the result of my learning style test, I scored highest as an activist and a pragmatist learner with a score of 12. As an activist learner, I'm kind of person who will enjoy to try immediate experiences since I'm an open-minded and enthusiastic person. From the 4 variable, I also got high score in pragmatist variable. A pragmatist learner are keen to try things out and see how things work in practice. As a pragmatist learner, I usually like to experiment new ideas and solve problems by doing practical decisions. And that's all about my learning style test. From entrepreneurship get test, I got higher score in calculated risk-taking and creative tendency. A creative tendency person will tend to have imaginative, inventive, and innovative ability to come up with new ideas. Also, a person who achieves high score in creative tendency is versatile and able to draw their own personal resources for projects or problem solving. Now I also got the high score in the calculated risk-taking. This means that I am a decisive, analytical, and goal-oriented person. Now moving on to the Big 5 personality test. In this test, I got higher score in terms of agreeableness and conscientiousness. Conscientiousness is the personality of being honest and hardworking. High score of conscientiousness explains my personality trait of being honest and hardworking person. Agreeableness is how an individual adjusts their behavior to suit others. High score of agreeableness explains that I am an individual who will adjust my behavior to suit others. That's all about my individual competence. To know about my capability to work as a team, I've got the result of Bell-based 19 roles test. In the Bell-based test, I got higher score as a shaper, team worker, and coordinator. As a shaper, I believe in changing the norm and also facing the obstacle that I have. Now as a team worker, I have the ability to work well with my working partners. Lastly, as a coordinator, I tend to have a very loyal, precise, and disciplined characteristic. These characteristics will support my fellow partners to achieve project goals. Now let's see the results of the leadership self-assessment test to see my leadership skills. According to the test, I got strong skills in setting direction, communicating, and building relationships. Now in the setting direction, I have the ability to set my own organization plans to be aligned with the organization goal. In communicating, an effective leader will need to communicate to fellow partners to decide the project's final decision. And now, in the building relationships, also, an effective leader should know how to build relationships with other parties. That's all about the leadership skills. Now I'm going to explain what I do, which is the social capital. My experience starts from entering IBM in 2013. In 2014, I have a great experience by joining study excursion to Korea. In 2015, I gained event and organizational experience, while in 2016, I have internship at Permata Bank as a marketing communication intern. And then in the near future, I would like to have internship at hospitality management to gain real experiences in the hospitality industry. Now in what I want to be section, I have a goal to be a successful technopreneur in hospitality industry. Basically, technopreneurs are entrepreneurs who implement the core businesses by involving technology-based platforms and industries. In this case, I would like to make use of technology aspects to help me commercialize hospitality business that I'm going to establish. And to build my emotional capital, I would like to use 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 years old plan. In the 20s, I would like to gain experience in hospitality industry and pursue master's degree. And in the 30s, I would like to develop hospitality management company and expand all the businesses and investment to gain higher values. In the 40s, I would like to escalate my own businesses to have successful national scale company. And in the 50s, I would like to gain company foreign experience to favorable foreign countries. And in the 60s, I would like to nurture young people and also prepare my successor to be competent in the business field. And in the why section, I would like to ask 5 whys to myself as a self-discovery. So let's go to the 5 why. In the 5 why, I have answered why do I need to know myself, why is vital to know myself for my core competence, why it will be beneficial for my future, why do I need to improve now, and also why do the benefits are perpetual. In how section, I would like to answer how I achieve my goal to become technopreneur. The how section will be explained using input, process, output, and a philosopher diagram. Now let's start with the self-management to reflect on my own personality. In my self-management, I have a goal to be a technopreneur in the hospitality industry. Technopreneur has become my passion. Therefore, I would like to apply it in such prospective hospitality industry. After knowing about what I want to be, I have summarized my self-awareness, which is what I know. In my intellectual capital, I have summarized my self-assessment test, my organizational capability, and team capacity, and also the individual competence. However, in this test, I marked low score in the expert skills. Thus, I need to improve my expert skills. Now, moving on to the balance scorecard. In the balance scorecard, I realized that I'm currently in the phase of conscious incompetence, which is I know that I don't know. Therefore, I need to improve my skills by pursuing MSc degree, improve my competence by achieving CAP, then aiming for PhD degree and professional degree to achieve the real ability. And the last one is the process. From what I did, I have joined IBM programs and study excursion to Korea that I learned about public speaking, management skills, and also international culture. Also, by participating in event and organization, I improved my leadership and organization skills. While during marketing communication internship, I have improved my negotiation, time management, and also social media skills during various projects. However, I still lack of skills and experiences to become a successful entrepreneur. From what I'm doing, I will need to graduate from IBM and then having internship at hospitality management company, and also develop my IT specialization by learning some basic skills of IT and programming. Now, in what will I do? I will pursue my MSc degree to enhance my knowledge and skills in today's technology era. And after I graduated from my master degree, I would like to deepen my experience on the hospitality business, either by working as manager in the hospitality business or develop hospitality business in Indonesia to gain real experiences. In answering the who, I have asked question of who I will become. In the who, I have aligned my vision, mission, and value. My vision is to become a top-notch technopreneur in the hospitality industry. To accompany my huge vision, I also need to implement my mission, which is to become a successful, competent technopreneur who becomes a creative, adaptable, and professional leader. And then I will do the 3 missions. And also, I need the right values to establish my mission into reality. I believe that I am passionate, persistent, and hardworking person. Passion will lead me to become a focus to achieve my vision, while I also need to be persistent in achieving my goals. Also, I need to become professional and hardworking in order to achieve my goal firmly, because a professional and hardworking attitude are needed to become a successful technopreneur. In the when section, I have developed my future implement schedule. I divided my plan on short term, medium term, and long term. In the short term, I will become a hospitality intern in one of the leading hospitality management in Indonesia on 2017. While on 2019, I am planning to have a graduated from technology-based master degree and targeted to receive an income by up to $50,000 per year. While in the medium term, I am planning to develop hospitality business and have specialization in IT e-commerce and targeting to have an income around $50,000 until $250,000 per year. Lastly, in the long term, I will become the more professional by establishing hospitality management and expansion to a national scale hospitality business by targeting an income of more than $250,000 per year. Next, I will answer the where question. To answer the where question, I will ask myself where went right and where went wrong. In the where section, I will use 5 levels of management, leadership, and entrepreneurship development stairs. At first, to become a competent individual, I will contribute myself to have internship, and after that, I would like to get a job at prospective company who has the vision to create impact to human beings. Next, I will improve myself to become a contributing team member by leading my own business and organization together with my future partner. Then, to become a competent manager, I will pursue a master degree abroad to improve my management skills and knowledge about IT business. To attain the competencies of becoming effective leader, I will expand my own business that has been developed in order to gain more market by becoming more effective and efficient firm. Finally, to become a professional sea coach, I will publicize my business by blending personal humility and professional attitude to have the national scale company, and hopefully can grow to become a global or international organization. Also, I need to keep learning by doing, and then change into a new habits by reflecting to my old habits. Therefore, I need to have continuous improvements from highly capable individual until becoming the professional executive. That's all about my where. Next, I will explain how much by answering questions, how should I improve? In how should I improve, I need the willpower and patience to succeed in my career development on my future experiences. I need to gain the power from the expert power, communicative power, and stamina power, whereas my learning need to be at least equal to my rate of change. To be detailed, I will explain using holistic thinking. In here, I need the expert power, which is the operations expertise and industry knowledge from my internship in hospitality industry, and then communicative power on how I build connection with capital owner and supplier, and also adaptive power to cope with cultural differences and ability to adapt with changes. These three power will structure my self-development to be able to stand in a hard situation. That's all about me using action learning developed by Professor Dr. Casey Chen. Action learning has helped me to visualize my goals and to keep learning by doing, and then regularly change my old knowledge to a new knowledge, and from the old habit to a new habit. Because if there is no change, then there is no learning process. I hope that you guys could learn something from my experiences. Thank you for watching this video, and see you on top.